We preach that Christ is crucified. 1 Corinthians chapter 1 verse 23. When we hear these words today, it may not move us, but for the first century citizen, this was remarkable. See, the cross was not just a place of torture, it was a place of humiliation. In Deuteronomy chapter 21 verses 22 to 23, it says, anyone who's hung on a tree is under God's curse. The cross was a place for the worst of the worst criminals, and they would be hung to expose and humiliate them. So anyone who's hung on a cross was seen to have been defeated and humiliated. So why on earth would Paul make this the central message of his writings? In 1 Corinthians chapter 2 verse 2, he says, for I decided to know nothing among you except Jesus Christ and Him crucified. To understand this, we have to go back to Genesis. After Adam's fall, the problem of sin had to be dealt with. God, being a divine, righteous judge, could not let sin go unanswered. But God is also a merciful God, a God who is forgiving. In these two worlds, the divine justice and divine mercy for humans may be at odds with one another, but it was on the cross that the two met together and were united. You see, by Christ taking on the sin of the world, He took on the consequence of sin, which is death. And by that, He dealt with the problem of sin. And by dying on the cross, the place where humans deserved, God's mercy was revealed. God showed His divine justice along with His divine mercy. You see, the cross was not a place where God's redemption plan was defeated. The cross was the plan of God's redemption. See, the cross is where everything happened. The cross is the place where justice met mercy, where we were forgiven, where we were given a new beginning. It was on the cross that we received our salvation. Everything happened on the cross. St. Paul continues and says, for the message of the cross is foolishness for those who are perishing, but to us who are being saved, it is the power of God. The cross is no longer a symbolism of defeat, but it shows victory. We preach that Christ is crucified.